Guys! So today's video is going to be about paranoia and how having emetophobia makes you super paranoid. So when you have emetophobia, you tend to overthink about things that people wouldn't even think twice about. So I'm going to start off by saying with my phone. So what I used to do is that at night time, obviously I'd set my alarm for the morning so I can wake up and go to school. But I was paranoid, big worry that my alarm wasn't going to go off because my speakers would be broken or my volume wasn't actually turned the full way up or I had my phone on silent or anything like that. I used to panic. So if you are my friend, then you would know in year 8, I would message these people. So what I would do was, say it was 10:30 or something like that, I would message them saying, at 10:32, can you send me 5 separate messages saying anything I don't really care, but I won't tell them why, but I'll just say, please can you do that and I'll explain later. And what I was thinking in my head was if they message me 5 different messages, then I can hear my speaker and then it can prove to me that my phone isn't on silent, that my speaker's working, that my volume's the whole way up. Even though I would turn my volume up, I would double check that my phone isn't on silent. And when you turn your phone off, it kind of makes a little noise. Because I have an iPhone, it makes a noise. Even though I have all the proof that my alarm is going to go off and I am going to hear it, I would still be so paranoid that I didn't double check and I did leave it on silent and I didn't turn the volume up all the way. So that's when I would then message people and ask them to do that. So if you're my friend, you'll know in year 8, that's what I do. I don't do it as much now. I do double check my speakers, I do double check the silent button, and I do make sure all the time that my volume is turned up when I go to sleep. Another one is if you don't know, if you're like not my friend or anything like that, I have cats, I have a lot of animals, but one of my biggest worries, it still is a worry now, and I still do double check, but I would say the worst it was in year 8 was what I would worry about, was that my cats have their own cat room, because we have a spare room, so we put the cats in there, and I would worry that the window wouldn't be open enough so that the cats couldn't fit through there, and I would worry that the water wasn't actually, I would worry there wasn't actually any water in there, I would worry that there's no food in there, even though I can physically see that the food's there and I can physically see the windows open and I can physically see that there is water in the bowl. I would double check. So what I would do, and I still do now, is I would put my hand out the window to make sure, I don't even know what I'm making sure about, but I just do it to make sure that there's enough space for the cats to get out. Then I just put my finger in the water bowl to make sure there's actually water in there, and then I just put my hand in the food bowl and make sure that there's food in there, even though I can see there clearly is food there and there clearly is water there, the window is clearly open, I still panic. And but one, it was worse than year 8. What I would do is I'll check all of that, shut the door, go in my bedroom, then think, wait, did I check the water or did I just check the window and food? Then I'll get back up, go into the cat room, check it all again, like do the cycle again with my window, water, food, then go back in there. Then I'll think, right, I'm just going to double check one more time, then I'll do the whole cycle again, and then I would end up doing that like 4 or 5 times, and this is at night. And also another worry is I have to look at my cats to make sure that they're in there, because I don't want to. I also panic that I've locked the cats out of the cat room, so I panic that my cats are in my mum's room, or I panic that my cats are in my sister's room, or they're downstairs or anything like that. So I individually put the cats in the cat room, and then as I'm shutting the door, I just look at all of them. Look at them like 10 times, and then I shut the door, and then that's when I go to sleep. But that, I used to check and get up and go to bed, and then get up and go to bed and then check the cat room. I used to do that a lot in year 8, but I don't do it anymore. All I do now is I just put my finger through the water, put my finger through the food, and put my finger through the window. But yeah, another one, I would say this was the worst thing for me, and it was the most annoying. It's physically draining as well. It was so annoying. So, I live in a safe neighbourhood. I don't even know why I was worried that the door wasn't locked. But I had this big fear that the door wasn't locked. I worried that my mum didn't actually lock the door. I worried that my mum may have forgotten to lock the door. I worried that the key had broken and that the door wasn't actually locked. And I would worry all of that. So what I would do was, is I would be in bed and I'll be like, Mum, did you lock the door? And she'll be like, yeah, of course I did. But I do trust my mum, but I don't know why. I just thought, well, I don't think she has, so I'm just going to go check it. So I'd go downstairs, check it a few times, when you push down and push up, just make sure it's locked. Then I go back upstairs. Then I go back downstairs again. And then what I was doing in year 8 was I'll come upstairs and I'll go downstairs, check it once, go back upstairs. Then I'll think, did I check it? I'll go back downstairs. So I used to do that 3 times. And then the last time that I would go to the door, what I would do is you know how you push it down? Just check if it's locked, push it down. I would push it down 27 times and lock it up 27 times. And then I would then go to sleep. So I would be at the door, pushing it down 27 times and then pulling it up 27 times. I don't know why, but I was so paranoid. And then I used to think, if I don't do it 27 times, then the door isn't going to actually be locked. So that is also when the OCD kicked in about the door being locked and the paranoia. I was so worried. So that would be my worst, I would say, because I didn't have OCD about the cats being in a specific place. I didn't have OCD about that, but I did have OCD about if I didn't do the certain amount of times on the door or all of that. I don't do that as much now. All I do is I will just go to the door, check it, and then go to sleep. I wouldn't come back down and do it a certain amount of times. So it has got better over time. Another one is in school. I don't know if I mentioned it. I think I did. I don't know. But I was really, really paranoid that people were just looking at me and people were kind of talking about me or something like that. Not being like, oh, people always looking at me or anything like that. I just mean I was really worried that something would be wrong in my hair or something would be on my face or something like that, and then people would look at me and then see it. So I was really paranoid. So when I would go in lessons, I'd be paranoid. So I'll be sat in the back thinking people are talking about me. People are talking about how bad my hair looks today. People are talking about how my makeup looks today. People are talking about me. Even though no one was, because no one's really bothered about what I look like and what my hair looks like and my makeup looks like. But in my mind, I'd say, no, it still is like that now. It's not in year 8 and in year 9 it's stopped. I still do that now. I still worry. It's a constant thing, even in public places, even at home. I am worrying that there's something that people are talking about my hair or makeup, etc. And also, I have chickens. So I have 5 chickens, and I don't do it anymore because it got too much for me. But my mum used to let me put the chickens in at night. So if you don't know, like, foxes kill chickens. So I would have to put the chickens in their houses, lock the house, and then so the foxes couldn't kill them. But my worry was I didn't lock the door. I didn't lock either of the doors because we have 5 chickens. So 3 chickens live in one house, 2 chickens live in a different house. So I would worry that I didn't lock the doors and that when we're asleep, the chickens are going to get killed by foxes because I didn't shut the door. So I worried that it'd be my fault if the chickens died because I didn't lock the door and I didn't double check. So what I would do is I would lock the door, then pull the door 3 times to make sure it's locked. Then I would do that on the other house, check it 3 times if it was locked. Then I would double check it. So I would end up checking one house 15 times, then checking the other house 15 times. And then I would leave and shut the gate. So, but I don't do it anymore now because it was such a big kind of worry that I wasn't going to lock the door or anything like that. So my stepdad does it now, or my brother does it, or my mum does it, something like that, because I had the big worry that it would be my fault that the chickens died. So I just also wanted to say, I might look more energetic, I might look more healthy in my skin-wise, as in I might have rosy cheeks, I don't know if you can actually see on camera, or anything like that, and I have got quite a bit of makeup on today, and my hair is up and all of that, and that's because I've had a good day. I've had quite a good couple of days as well. I'm happy because I've overcome something I haven't been able to do in a long time. I went to Basingstoke today, and I'm not going to say where I live, but I live an hour away from Basingstoke, so it's quite a long journey. And I never like going to places that are far away. The most I would go to places like Andover or something like that, which is 20 minutes away from my house. But I went to Basingstoke. I was really worried in the car and all of that. But I stayed and I went shopping for a little bit and then I came home. And now I'm really proud of myself because also yesterday I went with my brother and sister to Salisbury and all of that. So in the past 2 days I've overcome 2 big shopping trips. So I am proud of myself. So that's why I might look more energetic and I feel better about myself for overcoming them. But yeah, I'll explain in a different video why going to Basingstoke and why going to Salisbury and why leaving places that are far away from my house is a big deal. I'll explain that in a different video. But thank you for watching. Bye.